and welcome. Welcome to Your Work Uncomplicated, Overcoming Hurdles to Productivity. I am so excited that you are here with me. I'm so glad to be on this trek with you. What are we going to talk about in this series? It's all about better organized, more productive. It's that simple. Everything is housed under the umbrella of better organized, because if you are better organized, you can't help but be more productive. So who am I? Who the heck is this person? Well, I'm a speaker and I'm a trainer and I'm a professional organizer. I began this journey in 1994 when I read an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer about the National Association of Professional Organizers. Did you know that there was such a thing? Probably not. Neither did I in 1994. But when I read that article, I thought, I could do this. I think I could do that. And that began my journey of helping thousands of clients in all walks of life, in all kinds of job settings, from stay-at-home moms to home-based businesses to corporate execs who are hammered by back-to-back meetings, all so they can be more productive, more effective, and more efficient. And their work and life is just a little bit easier. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So what's my job? My job is to guide you through these hurdles, one hurdle at a time, to offer solutions to everyday things that can get in the way of our productivity. Number two is to offer really specific techniques. This is not the 10,000 foot view. This is street level practicality that are simple and yet impactful. And number three is that I'm going to give you a whole toolbox of ideas and tips and tricks and techniques, and you're going to cherry pick which ones are going to work for you. And some are really going to resonate, and other ones are going to be like, yeah, not so much, Sean. But my job is to offer out these solutions. Number four is to introduce you to maybe some resources that you're not familiar with. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've come across all kinds of things that really help people make things easier. And number five is to have some fun. And there's a couple reasons for this. First is that fun is really important to me. I pretty much measure everything on my fun meter. I take on different kinds of jobs because I think they're going to be fun. I took on this gig because I thought it was going to be fun. I became president of the PTA because I thought it was going to be fun. But it wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't. But here's the thing. If it's fun, it'll stick. I want my delivery to be lighthearted because I want the learning to stick. What I teach is not rocket science. I have a nephew that can do that, but what I do teach is absolutely going to change your life. So I want it to be fun for me, and I'm hoping that it'll be fun for you as well. Your job is the same in every module. It is to look for 3 simple, doable things and implement them immediately. Now, I don't mean this minute, but I mean today, maybe tomorrow, maybe within a week. You may come up with 10 things in each one of these modules, and that's great. You may think, wow, that's a great idea. I love that. But what I want you to do is to focus on 3 things, because you can implement 3 things. You can't implement 10. If you put 3 simple, doable things per module into place, that'll be 30 different techniques, tools, or tips that you've implemented. 30 things. Just imagine if each one of those lands you in just a little bit of a more organized place, or just gives you a tiny productivity boost. Cumulatively, how much better will your work and your life be? So here's how we're going to roll. Each module is going to focus specifically on one hurdle, only one hurdle. Then we'll talk about what are you going to gain by overcoming that hurdle? What's the benefit to you? It's all about what's in it for me, right? Then you're going to learn strategies, best practices, tools, tips that support you mastering all of those techniques. So remember, this is a check-in at the end of each module, and it's just going to be a reminder of what your resources are and what other steps you need to do. What else? What's the time commitment for this training? It's about 15 minutes per module. That's pretty good, right? There may be some that are a little bit longer, but that's only because they are packed to the rafters with good stuff. Then there's the workload. These modules are rolled out in the order of 1 through 10. You don't have to look at them in that order, but each module builds on the module before it. So I suggest that you stick to that cadence. Watch 1, then watch 2, then watch 3. Also, give yourself some time between each module. I would suggest completing 1 a week so that the content really sinks in. Give yourself some time so the ideas and the techniques that they percolate. and that you have time to realize the impact of the changes that you're making. Again, as you move through each module cumulatively, your skills are going to skyrocket. Then we've got the Navigator resources. Now, the Navigator is a tool that you can print before you watch each module. It will have all the slides that you can follow along, as well as the resources specific to that module. The resources may be a checklist or a template or a buyer's guide, recommendations for organizing tools that I've come across over the years. Within the Navigator, there'll also be a PDF of a step-by-step to walk you through how to implement the Outlook techniques that we're going to go over. Then housed within the Navigator is also the links to emailsnotyourjob.com. This is a video library website designed to augment your work uncomplicated with the demos of Outlook's bells and whistles. It's a separate website which houses the how to implement each one of these techniques or options or setting, and that I suggest that you implement in Outlook. So when it comes to Outlook, your work uncomplicated teaches the what to do, and Emails Not Your Job teaches the how to do it. They are two separate entities because I encourage you to first watch each one of the modules, then go to emailsnotyourjob.com and thoughtfully review and select which practices you want to put in place. If you're a visual learner or an auditory learner, this resource is for you. In other words, for your work uncomplicated, it's the strategy, whereas Emails Not Your Job is the tactic. And then lastly, there are sample worksheets and templates that you can download and have available to you. Then you have live resources. One live resource is Coffee with Kershaw. And this is a meeting that we're going to have. It's an open forum, kind of open office hours. You can jump on it, jump off. We usually hold it kind of later in the afternoon and later in the week. It's pretty casual. We plan on running them about quarterly, so you'll get meeting invitations when they're scheduled. Keep an eye out for that. It's just a chance to connect with me, connect with your peers, maybe get some more insights. Next is an accountability check-in with your mentor or your manager and me. This is where the 3 single, simple, doable things comes in. When you're done each module, you're going to email your manager and me, what are those 3 things that you plan on putting in place? And I'm going to check in with you to see how you're doing with each one of them, just to help you stay on track. Next is one-on-one consulting with me. And this is an opportunity to get some focus time, one-on-one with me. This is part of the agreement that we've got as far as this contract is concerned. So your company has got your back. Here's the thing. The work associated with organizing is always up front, but the payoff is always down the road. The work that you're putting into these modules now, checking out the resources, working with your manager, working with me, they are going to pay off down the road over and over again. And not just in work, but in life. I cannot wait to start this journey with you. Welcome aboard. Let's get started.